So it's been over a year and it's time to do a long-term review of the Peak Design Everyday Sling 3L. What do I use it for? What can I fit in here? How's held up over time? And would I buy it again? Welcome back everyone. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. If you're coming back, thank you so much. And now let's get into the video. Alright, now I'm going to go over how I use the bag. Typically, this goes with me to maybe beach outings, casual events like a dinner party, going out with friends and family, non-touristy parts. When I get to touristy parts or very photocentric, I typically have a bigger bag, but not always. When I do photography, then it's typically like a bag like this. So we're going to see how I pack for my video outings. And so if I'm doing a video outing indoor, then this would be all I need. Indoor or small little area. This is the Tamron 17-28 f2.8. If I'm going to use it for a little small video session indoors, then I might have a remote with me, a microphone. That goes first in this pocket. I generally have a filter on this pocket like almost all the time, and then the camera and one lens. It's fine, as you can see. So that's a small video session that I'm gonna do, a video outing. But I'll tell you, that doesn't mean that that's the only way I have it configured. There is another way, like say you're using this Tamron 28-200 or just another all-in-one lens. So here is another way I have it set up with an all-in-one lens. I remove this. This is a fairly large setup. It's probably my largest setup that I have where I can fit in this bag. It's Panasonic Leica. For size reference, here's the 20-200. It's a little bit smaller. This lens is the 28-200 for full frame, or the 10-25 for micro four thirds. I believe is a 77mm filter thread. Goes in there comfortably. With the Panasonic systems, I only have a mic. This is just for demonstration, and then I'm ready to go. This is my entire setup, and I've used this setup quite a bit because this lens is just phenomenal. Okay, so we're gonna go over another configuration. All right, so this configuration is mainly for photography, but there is a little bit of a quirkiness to this configuration in that if one of the lenses is going to be too big. Here's a 20-200 and 17-28. So as you can see, it's a really tight fit, but it works fine. The problem is that if I have the lenses opposite mounted, 20-200 first, it doesn't fit. It's too big. So one quirk about that is that you just have to have the shorter lens on first before you put in the bag, and that's why I have a hip strap, the Peak clip on my hip. In the field, I just generally keep one of the lenses on my hip, and when I pack to go home, then I can reverse the packing and I'm good. Straight to gimbal mode.
Wow.
So let's go over how the bag has held up after a year. On the exterior, most looks well. However, you can see some discoloration at the bottom. I'm not really sure how I got this red discoloration, but it's red there, and there's some staining. But for the most part, the bag does look fairly good. The zippers, they still zip normally. They've never got jumbled before. So the zippers is a huge plus on the 5L. There might have been a time where they get caught. However, these zippers are weather sealed and they work very well. So the zippers are definitely durable. If you look at the interior of the bag, it looks good. You notice the Velcro stuff has not been fraying. It's because I don't take out this divider too often. And the divider is great. Zippers are great. So I did do some modifications to the bag. I have this little clip because there is no locking mechanism. So what I can do here is that when I have the bags zipped together, I can lock both of these things just if I'm traveling to the airport or around sketchy areas. I have this clip right here. So now I have both zippers clipped and they're stuck together, so you can't open the bag, you can't steal from it. On the bottom, I use these Optech buckles rather than the stock buckles. However, on the 6L, which I'll review in a future date, I do use the stock buckles there. And if you haven't noticed already, I typically leave this one always buckled, and I'll just slip in the tripod here and then buckle only the top. I also have the Peak Design attachment right here, so I could hang my camera, but I mostly use it so I could hang the gimbal right onto here and operate it with kind of like a secondary tether. Other than that, the bag has held up very well. There's no rippage. The only thing you can really tell is the discoloration, but you know, that's probably my own fault for tossing it everywhere. But it's hard to detect any wear on this fabric. Whatever they're using, it works very well. It looks almost like brand new. However, it's like a year old. Okay, so those are the pros. Let's go on the cons. I have this loose piece of thread that has been here like since the beginning, and I just haven't bothered to remove it. So loose threading. What I can say is that when it's packed to the max, that this strap is just not very comfortable. It's thin, even though it's padded, it's just not super comfortable. I mean, this is what I'm packed to the max. So I'm talking about, you know, maybe 1,000 grams in lenses. This is just 400 grams right here. So a small lens and a large lens and a tripod. When I get to that, then it does get a little bit uncomfortable. Aww. And I imagine maybe a 6-hour or an 8-hour day would be my max. Or yeah, you know what, I could probably wing it the entire day if I just sucked it up a little bit. But it wouldn't be comfortable. If I were to bring just one lens, tripod, accessories, then I could definitely do it all day without this giving me much trouble. So that leaves the question, would I buy this bag again? And the short answer is definitely yes. But I do have the 6L as well, so take that into consideration. But if I didn't have either one, I would probably buy it again right away. The bag is so good that I really haven't looked at other bag offerings because this one does the job and it does it so well. I'm just not really looking at other bags because it does everything so well. Just keep in mind that I'm a bag freak and this is just one of my bags for my most casual occasions, when I have a scenario where I'm doing a lot more photography, a lot more videography, then I will use the bigger bag. And that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, sub, share, and see you in the next video.